This is the Mariah Report. News, pop culture, and all things Mariah Carey.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Martin Burgess.
And I'm Dan Enriquez.
And we're here to report more news and catch up on other news from 2022 that we still need to address and discuss.
Exactly. It's like Mariah MasterClass month for us over here. So we got a lot to talk about. But we also have, again, a big giveaway.
So stay tuned for the code word so you can win, because we have our first winner already. So congratulations to Steve Martin. He has already received his annual membership and he's already watching and learning.
Absolutely. And now we all know that Mariah has her MasterClass, but also on MasterClass, there's tons of other videos you can watch. Have you been watching other people's videos?
I have. I've been watching one about how to sleep properly.
Oh, really?
Yes. And one tip that I think I knew this already, but you need to cool down your body.
Is that right?
Yes.
Now, what do they mean sleep? Do they mean like how you position yourself sleeping?
Just how you should be, like, well, why it's important, etc., but also like tips on how to do it right.
Oh. Well, who knows?
There's a strategy to sleeping.
Well, there we have it. That's what MasterClass got you all covered. I was watching a woman making bread. Sourdough bread.
You need to listen. You need a teacher to show you how to do it.
It's complicated.
It is.
There's a lot of factors, but it's amazing.
Did you learn?
Well, I only watched like the first 4 episodes because she's going through it all.
The steps.
There are a lot of steps. You know what else that we didn't even mention last week? But each class, when you sign up for MasterClass, it also has like a little pamphlet that goes along with it. Mariah has one as well.
Oh, and photos and stuff. You get things.
Oh, yes. And they break down everything for you
Yeah.
and everything like that. Like, so this one woman who was teaching all about the bread, like her little booklet is like 800 pages long.
Really?
Yes. Mariah's is like 20 or 30 pages. Like this woman was like her bread.
Hang on. Now I need to get back into the masterclass because I haven't seen the booklet for Mariah.
Oh, no, you have to look. They have all the pictures. They break down all her lessons.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yes, honey. Yes. See, it's all these little trinkets.
Yeah, this
thing. It really is like a class.
That's why
you can take notes.
It's called masterclass. Oh, you can take notes?
Yes. They get you a little notepad right there. You type out your notes as you watch the lesson and everything like that. So it's really full of knowledge, like full of knowledge.
Worth your money.
It's definitely worth your money because I'm like, girl, how am I going to watch all of this? Like, I got to watch all. It's going to take a year to watch it all.
Now I'm thinking that would be a good gift.
Oh my God, it would be, right?
Imagine, yeah.
Girl.
Anyway, enter the competition.
Exactly. Listen for the code word coming up soon. And then just fill out the little form and boom, boom, boom. You're in it. You're in it to win it.
Also, the masterclass people, they're not playing with the password sharing.
Oh, no. You cannot.
I tried to finagle already. No finagling possible.
But believe me, it's definitely worth it because you're not only going to get Mariah, but you're going to get so many other things. There's so many classes you can learn from. So whatever you're into, it's there.
And stay tuned because we're going to be recapping the episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Yes.
After the break.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to be talking about some Brandy. You know, I love Brandy.
Your favorite.
Yes,
your
I'm
dream
telling
come
you.
true.
Girl, I'm telling you, Mariah and Oprah, Mariah and Brandy. I'm done.
I was thinking this was my punishment for laughing at Brandy, making fun of her.
This is, yes.
She ended up on my favorite song.
Exactly. Serves you right. We're going to talk about why Mariah wanted Brandy on that song too. So stay tuned for that after the splash break. But let's catch up on what has been going on. Again, we've been gone for a few months, but what's been going on with Mariah at the top of the year here?
Well, I think the big news is that we're finally officially going to get our Songwriter Hall of Fame moment that was delayed and delayed and delayed.
Yes, absolutely. Coronavirus had delayed it. She's been inducted, but they haven't done a ceremony. So they're finally going to do it this summer, top of the summer. So I think June.
Yeah, it's going to be in June 16th.
Yes, absolutely. She's being inducted with a lot of other great people as well. So it's going to be a fabulous moment. So we're going to be staying tuned
to that.
For that.
And it's going to be in New York City. So one day if her apartment is finished, the renovations.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Do people even know that her apartment was being renovated? Because I think the roof was leaking. The water tower had broken.
Is that what happened?
I think so.
Recently?
I mean, maybe I don't know. I just remember her talking about one time because she has like the water tower on the top of the roof.
That's very New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was leaking.
Really?
You don't remember that?
I remember a leak. I thought it was a long time ago though.
It could have been. It really could have been. Who knows?
Maybe just to fix the damage it caused.
Well, yeah, probably. But Mariah's also been down in Atlanta a lot. So, I mean, that's where the Butterfly Lounge originated at.
Well, I was about to get into it, but she mentioned she needs to be in a hot, humid environment.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's like down there.
Is it?
Swampy down there.
Oh, I've never been.
I think once you hit DC and down, it's just swampy, humid air.
Oh, interesting. I wouldn't know. Over here in the nice dry
as hell
California. You got to stay moisturized over here. I'll tell you that. You got your moisturizer and your sunscreen.
And hydrated.
Yes,
it's a full-time job.
But yeah, so Mariah's been down there in Atlanta, so she'll be back in New York very soon. So if you're in the area, pop on by for Mariah's Songwriter Hall of Fame.
Get yourself a table. It's just $50,000.
Oh yeah, easy breezy.
But you can bring your friends for that one.
Yes, absolutely. But, it's about time that she's getting that because like we've seen with this masterclass, Mariah, legendary. And she's always writing the good songs. And if you watch the masterclass, you can see all of it because she mentions all the songs that she writes and stuff. But another thing that we're going to talk about today in the masterclass is fantasy and her using the samples.
Yes.
So fantasy is out there just on its own on the digital charts.
Yeah. Okay. This sort of goes under my theory. You know how we had Justice for Glitter and then Charm Bracelet had a little moment. These were things that were out as a compact disc, as a physical item to buy in terms of music. So now that it's in digital world, I think people are rediscovering it, re-listening to it, re-enjoying it. And so that's giving it another boost of life.
Yeah. So it's out there. People are loving it. It's like a whole new generation, a whole new genre of people. So it's great. Yeah. I think it just rose to number 12 on the digital R&B charts.
Yes.
There's so many charts, girl.
There's so many charts
but
now.
It's digital. It's digital. That's the main thing.
Yes.
And another thing to look out for coming up this week is vinyl record day.
That's coming out. Record Store Day.
Record Store Day. That's what it is. That's what it is.
We're supporting him.
Yeah, absolutely. Because everybody loves a vinyl nowadays.
I think vinyl is the biggest seller of music right now.
I think I heard that as well.
Yeah.
So that's very good. I've always loved Mariah vinyl, but I love it for different reasons. I love it just for the photos.
Yeah. It could just be empty. We wouldn't even know.
Yeah, I don't need the actual disc. Like I'm nothing. Never touch it. Never look at it. I don't know how those things work.
Yeah, we just want a big square cardboard picture of Mariah that folds.
Happy as a clam. So I want to get my number one's album on the Record Store Day because there's a lot of vinyl stores around here in Los Angeles.
Oh, they love vinyl around here.
They love Mariah and they love fantasy.
Just today, my boxing studio where I go work out. So when you finish up and you start doing the cool down and stretching, they always just change the music to a slower jam. They've now added "I Know What You Want" to the playlist. I didn't even have to ask.
It's a vibe.
They just did it.
That's the vibe.
Yeah.
That's it. Beautiful.
Speaking of I Know What You Want, you know how we keep saying that, for the next big album, I Know What You Want was that transitional moment from Charm Bracelet to Emancipation. And so Big Lardo, Big Energy is sort of that moment again.
Yes.
Transitioning.
We are in that moment of transitioning now.
Into the big album, Big Mariah album.
Exactly. This sort of like the precursor.
Yeah.
Or like the warm up to like the new Mariah era. But let's talk about it real quick. So Big Energy is doing really well. Now, we still haven't gotten a video. And the song did drop one spot on the Hot 100.
It did.
But Mariah's still not credited. What do we think about that?
It's tough.
It's a tough one because I think there's a lot of I guess you could say political or like contractual or record label things going on.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know what does it, but I think that's the version everyone's listening to that I know.
Same, but also we're just a Mariah fan, so.
Well, true. Because if it's not Mariah, I'm not listening to a girl. What do I got time to do that for? No,
well, technically it's an over there project that we're on.
Yeah, but we love it.
No, we do love it.
Yeah.
But are we in control of what happens? how it gets
No.
released and stuff.
No, I think that's the thing. Like Mariah, like she did her part.
Mhm.
She's doing her part to like sort of like help promote it a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's all she can do. Like she basically put her part in and then handed it off to them. So it's really like Big Lotto's record label that's doing all of it. So we really don't have much of a say.
Well, okay, here's the thing. So Big Lotto tweeted that she's going to be performing at the Billboard Music Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And now in her emoji sequencing, she had her traditional jackpot, what do you call it, poker machine
Slot
emojis.
machine. Yeah.
Ending with the butterfly. Is that code for she's doing the fantasy remix at the BB, what are they called? Billboard Music Awards?
Yeah. BBMs.
BBMs.
No, don't get me into the
Music Awards.
BBMs or the BBDs or the BDEs, LDEs. That's too many BBs and E's and D's. Too many. But
do we think we're gonna get a surprise performance from Mariah at because she'll show up to a Billboard award?
She does love a Billboard award. However, you know me, I'm always theorizing and coming up with some sort of concept.
Mm.
So I don't think Mariah would perform this song with Lotto.
Why?
Just because Mariah's busy, honey, and she probably ain't getting paid enough.
You think?
Yeah. However, this is going to roll into what we just received from Mariah on the social medias, that she was in the pool.
Yes.
Right? And she was giving us moments, fabulous moments, honey.
Emerging from the pool with dry hair.
Only Mariah. Girl, that video, I watched it like 5,000 times because it is so good.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want, right?
But that was a moment because I did watch it. I didn't notice the hair at first, but then walking down the street, I'm like, was her hair dry when it came out? So I had to go rewatch it. And I was like, yes, it is.
No, I love it. I love it because it's like a reverse thing and blah, blah, blah.
But that's production.
No, I love it.
About it.
I loved everything about it. And I knew that they were filming something. I knew that they were filming something because Mariah's stylist had posted some Instagram photos from where they were wherever they are in the tropics. And I saw in the background of one of his photos, like professional movie cameras or television cameras or recording cameras, whatever you want to call them.
The HD camera.
The HD cameras were there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, she has to be filming something like television quality.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got this little, splashing around in the pool with the butterfly shoes.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, we got that moment.
Yeah.
It looks very well HD'd. But I'm thinking, okay, how Mariah, she will put herself on a screen in the background. So I'm thinking if Lotto does Big Energy featuring Mariah at the Billboard Music Awards, God, that was a mouthful.
Yeah.
She will play a video of Mariah doing her vocals in the background on the TV screen from the pool.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
I think that's what we're down for.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's what I'm loving. Like remember when Mariah did the VH1 Vogue Fashion Awards? Way back in the day. No. Glitter era. Glitter.
DJ Saved My Life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And in the background on the TV screen, she was running around in her little bikini.
Yes.
Like she just had, she films things for the screen.
B-roll.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So I think that's what she was filming with that scene that we saw. I think that's B-roll for a television moment with Big Lotto.
Okay. Good theory.
Allegedly.
Good theory.
Good, right?
Solid.
Makes
Solid.
sense.
Yes.
She looks gorgeous.
Look great.
Oh my God, the shoes, the legs.
Mm-hmm. The toes are back. Toes are out.
Honey.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Again, the strappy high heel is back.
Yes.
No need to walk. We don't need to be walking in them.
No.
Stand and pose.
No.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love that little video. I still love it.
Good.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I think that's how they're going to utilize it. But that's just me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Now, do we know what day those are coming? We should be on lookout.
Keep an eye out.
We'll keep an eye out. We have some time.
Coming soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're just announcing performers now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we're still, they have to like roll it all out.
Coachella just happened.
Oh, right.
As well.
Was anything festive happening there?
I didn't see anything great.
No Mariah, no Beyonce.
No. Standard. I think Harry Styles performed.
Yes. With Shania Twain.
Oh, I didn't see that.
She loves Mariah.
She does.
So we love her.
A Divas Live. She's in the club.
1998. We're going back. We're
She's
going
in
back.
the club. She's in the club.
Yeah. So I guess, I don't know. I don't know anything about Coachella. Coachella.
Well, do we ever want Mariah to perform in something like that? Because it's a big deal.
It is a big deal, and I don't know why.
I don't know. It's an event out here.
That's what they do.
Well, listen, let's go back to the pool real quick because
Uh-huh.
we missed a little tidbit of information that Mariah gave us last time she was in the pool,
She's always in the pool now.
doing her live stream from the pool.
Yes.
But something that caught the attention of people was that she mentioned she has new Pride merch coming out this year.
Oh, right.
Now, remember last year's Pride merch, we got all that really good glitter merch. What else did we get? Good. It was all glitter merch?
It was glitter. There
And
was that rainbow.
Yeah.
But I was, I love the rainbow shirt, got one, but like, I was down for the glitter merch.
Yes.
What do you think she's going to do this year?
I don't know.
She's going to switch it up somehow.
Yeah.
Because we know, like we said last week, that she has the fantasy merch already.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which that can be multi-purpose Pride merch. Why not?
Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, but I'm looking forward to it because if she's on top of the merch, then it's good.
It's just more rainbow merch.
Yeah, but we already got the rainbow.
I want more.
Okay, but like what kind of rainbow?
I don't know.
I do love that rainbow photo shoot though. I love it. Iconic. When she's in the locker room with all the men.
Oh, too much. Scandalous for the day.
Scandalous for the day.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah. Uh-huh.
It was so good. I want to see outtakes from those photo shoots because I bet they would be amazing.
I bet they're on like real film.
For sure.
They have to be digitized.
Yeah, David LaChapelle, 3 years ago, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, those were great. So we'll see what she comes up with there, but
yeah, look, more stuff to buy.
She's always coming for the wallets, honey. If it's not through MasterClass, it's through the merch, it's through the vinyl,
Black
vinyl
Irish.
This. Oh, the Black Irish.
Yeah, she's in all the stores.
She's everywhere.
Yeah.
But we love it and we are not complaining.
Yeah.
But right. I think, let's take a quick break.
And we'll be right back. We're going to talk about MasterClass and stay tuned for your chance to win an annual membership to MasterClass.
Listen for the code word.
Welcome back.
Here we are.
Let's get into it. So listen, it's been a week since we had the new version of The Roof come out, and it's not on streaming or anything. So you do have to tune in to MasterClass, but I'm sure you can get a bootleg version.
I mean, allegedly, but you didn't hear that from us.
But so I've been thinking about it as the week has progressed.
Right.
And I love the new version.
Okay.
Love the strings.
Love the strings.
And like Mariah said in one of these Twitter spaces, like it is so much more lush with the strings. It does create a more volume to the song.
Yeah, for sure.
However, I was listening to the original Mobb Deep mix of The Roof. So from Butterfly era. And when it opens with the piano, that's still my favorite, those piano chords, because it sounds like it's starting to rain with the piano. And now we've set the scene.
Look at you.
See, so that's still my favorite.
Now you're not talking about the album version. You're talking about the Mobb Deep mix?
Well, both start that way. See, in my mind, the Mobb Deep mix is the song.
Okay.
The Roof.
I'm going to have to go back and re-listen now, of course, because now I have to like put my ear to what exactly you're saying. Because I mean, I know the song, obviously, but.
Right. Well, that's the homework for the week. Go listen to the original. Okay.
There you go. We are in the masterclass moment. Yes. So there's going to be some homework.
And tell us what your favorite is, original Roof versus the new one. Because I love the strings. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad or anything.
We love the Brandy moments.
Yeah, and we love the Brandy moments. I definitely want to hear the string version of The Roof live in concert.
Oh, definitely.
But I'm just saying the original is still my favorite.
Okay. I mean, listen, the original is a classic. And I think even in the class, Mariah says this week, I think she even says that it's not about like, changing or, making something better than the original. It's just about an extension and just a new feeling for it. But it's the original is always the original. We cannot touch that. I mean, I remember when the music video for that first came out, because that's the first time that I heard sort of like the remix version, with
the Mobb Deep mix.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about.
That's my favorite version.
That's mine too, because watching the music video along with it, oh my God, that music video was everything. All the Butterfly music videos are. So what are we talking about? But
yes,
I love that music video. It was so well done. People do not give enough credit to that music video.
No, I know.
No. You don't have to tell me.
I don't want to solidify this in stone, but it's up there with possible favorites.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Like up in the top 2.
I mean, definitely. Yeah, I think all my favorite videos are all the Butterfly videos. So it's up there. It just depends on what I'm vibing with, you know?
In the moment, yeah.
In the moment. But I love it. I love it. And I'm going to have to go back and listen to the album version now because I've just been listening to this Brandy version. The When I Feel the Need version.
Parentheses.
Yeah.
When I Feel the Need.
Honey, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into lesson number 4.
Okay.
Here we go. Lesson number 4 is writing with samples. And we know that Mariah has been using samples a lot throughout, her entire career.
Yeah.
And using samples has always been sort of something that's associated with a lot of hip hop music, because that's where it all sort of started from. They would use a sample and then they'd freestyle over it
and build on it
and like bring it into this new thing. And, Mariah grew up listening to that music. So her using samples is just like a natural thing. And she uses them so well. I think that is part of her geniusness because she just has that melodic ear. And in episode 4, writing with samples, that's where she starts off with the fantasy song and using the Genius of Love sample.
And she explains the whole backstory.
Girl.
About how it happened.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And it's just like, and she's like, oh, I was just in the car listening to this, Genius of Love. And I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yes.
And that just shows you what Mariah's listening to on the radio. Because I wasn't listening to Genius of Love on the radio, but Mariah was tuning in to the good stations.
Yes.
Back in the day, you had to tune to the radio station.
Now, did she mention that story about, were they at Coney Island or something? Her and her first ex-husband?
No, Rye Playland.
Which
is up in like Westchester.
Okay. And it was on the radio. Genius of Love was on the radio. And did she tell that story in the book? Because I feel like the fantasy story was ODB centric.
I think so. I remember way back in the day, Mariah on MTV talking about it. And she did say that she was in the car and she heard the sample and she had already had like a little bit of an idea for fantasy, like some of the vocals or something. And then she heard the song Genius of Love and she started singing her own lyrics over it. Very hip hop style. That's what they did. And she was like, oh, this is it right here. So I remember her telling that story a long, long time ago as well.
Okay.
So it's been through, it's been out there for a while.
Gotcha.
So we love it. But I love her again, telling it.
Tell me again.
Tell me again. Tell me a million times.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Well, again, just very interesting to see her thought process throughout the whole creative process.
And then she also talks about the sample she uses for The Roof, which is the Mobb Deep Shook Ones. Again, she was like, it's like a whole documentation of the whole story in real life. She was in the car listening to this song. And I'm like, this is what Mariah's listening to, which I had no idea.
Yeah. But at least what I love is that she does actually communicate her vision through the music. Because I think we were talking about it here on the Mariah Report back in the day when we did our Butterfly series. Like we said similar things, how it sounds very New York. It's very gritty, the sound. Like it does capture that New York vibe. And the MasterClass people did capture that, get that footage of New York City back in the day that sort of captures, like gives you a visual of that grit.
Yes,
of the
and
city.
You get it. And Mariah talks about that specifically with working with the sample. And she even breaks it down even more because again, like we just said, a lot of hip hop music was working off of a sample. And Mariah, when she was, making The Roof, she realized where that original sample comes from, which is a Herbie Hancock song called Jessica. So she was like, because I guess they like slowed it down. And that is what Mariah was telling us like added that grit,
Mhm.
that New York grind to it. And she was like, oh, I would have never known that that was how that they utilized that sample. And now look how it's grown throughout the decades from Herbie Hancock to Mobb Deep to Mariah Carey to MasterClass.
Also, other people have sampled the Mobb Deep sample too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's been out there. I mean, same thing with Genius of Love.
Mhm.
I was
Lotto.
reading an article actually about the history of that sample and actually where the Tom Tom Club even comes from. And I learned a lot with that little article. We'll post it on our social medias. I think I already did when I did it, but when I read it, because I was like, this is so interesting. It tells you like how that song came about, who made it, and like this, that, and all the samples that it's been used in. Even before Mariah and Fantasy, it was used in many other songs. It's just so fascinating.
It's a really particular sample. It's kind of peculiar and it stands out when you hear it. Like, you know what it is when you hear it.
But if you work well with it, like Mariah and Lotto has, you can bring it into a whole new area.
It's a bop.
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
It creates bops, that sample.
Very much, very much. So, I mean, it's just interesting to hear Mariah and what her inspiration when using these samples is.
Mhm.
It's really good. And then we're going to talk a little bit more when we get into the episodes with Brandy about how she takes those samples and even a Run DMC sample and turns it. I'm like, girl, she's giving me everything.
I know. Because I never noticed that Run DMC sample.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you really have to tune into it. I mean, should we just go there? Let's skip over to lesson 5.
Sure.
Yes. So lesson 5 and 6 is almost like a combo of her and Brandy together.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say vocals, honey, I mean vocals.
Well, it's that time.
That's the moment.
All right, guys, it's time for the giveaway. Again, number 2.
Here we are.
For your chance to win. Don't forget, we're going to tell you the code word in a second. Enter in the description link. Either on YouTube on the video or check the description link in your podcast app. And there's a form that you fill out, put in your name, your email. For our trans friends, you don't need to tell us your government name. Use your name. We don't need to know.
Absolutely. Whatever name you want.
Yeah, exactly. And then type in the code word
vocals
for your chance to win a 1-year membership to MasterClass. And MasterClass is not a sponsor of this sweepstake. The MasterClass annual membership may not be exchanged for cash, credit, or combined with any other offer. The MasterClass terms of use and privacy policy will apply.
Absolutely. So keep that in mind. But go ahead, click here and enter in, and you will get your MasterClass entry. And we'll announce the winner this upcoming Monday.
On Monday. So get in quick.
Yes, absolutely. We are here.
And congratulations to Steve Martin. Did we say that yet?
I think we did.
He won last week.
I hope we did.
I don't know.
Just in case. Did, but anyways.
Last week winner was Steve Martin, and he's been enjoying the annual membership already.
Yes. Congratulations. Now, let's get into the Mariah and Brandy moments. Mm-hmm. Now, before I get into this, I want to know what you know about Brandy.
Loved The Boy Is Mine.
Classic. Because was Brandy big? Sorry to put you on the spot, but like, was Brandy big in Australia?
Brandy was popular. Yeah, she definitely was.
You saw her in like the Cinderella.
Yeah.
The Boy Is Mine. So like the Never Say Never album.
Yeah. Boy Is Mine was huge. I think number 1 for her.
Oh, for sure. I mean, here it was number 1 as well. I think it was like maybe like 10, 11, 12, 13 weeks at number 1. So it was a long running number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what else? Tell me more about Brandy.
Gosh.
No pressure.
She was popular. I wasn't vibing with Brandy.
I was always vibing with Brandy because I just loved it.
I never purchased a Brandy CD or anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, see.
What are some more hits that I would know?
You would know. Well, from her first album, like, I love Best Friend. I Want to Be Down.
I Want to Be Down. I Want to Be Down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me singing over here.
Okay.
What else would you know? Almost Doesn't Count. Almost Doesn't Count. It's a ballad. No, you don't know that. Full Moon.
Full moon.
You know, full moon
Moon.
got the bops, honey. Got all the bops. You know, I love her I love all her albums. Don't get me started. So I knew when Mariah announced that she was working with Brandy that this was going to be amazing because I know what Brandy is capable of vocally.
You know, I love the video of Brandy on the subway station. On the
now,
train.
You got a lot of nerve. You got a lot of nerve doing my girl Brandy like that. Listen, if you guys haven't seen it, please don't Google it. But
No, please.
I'm going to tell y'all about it. It's only because I love Brandy, and it does not matter. It does not matter. So Brandy was in New York for...
she was in Broadway, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was on Broadway doing Roxy Hart in Chicago, which I saw twice, and I met Brandy twice outside. She was so sweet and so lovely. And girl, it was like amazing. But she, you know, she would get on the train with everyone else and she would go to, you know, rehearsals and whatnot. And one day she was like, I'm just going to sing on the train because a lot of people sing on the train.
Well, she was filming it to try and make it a viral moment.
Yes. Well, that's what they have to do.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at her.
No,
but here's the thing. In New York, there are so many amazing vocalists and singers. Any corner you turn, they're there.
And people are just singing on the train at any random moment.
Any moment you can have people on the train dancing,
performing,
all of that kind of stuff. So Brandy was trying to have a viral moment and she started singing on the train.
But she was trying to be incognito too. Remember, she had like a scarf. She was like, had the glasses. She was trying to hide, but perform.
Yes. And it just turned out that not a single person cared that she was, and she sounded beautiful though. She did. And nobody cared because the thing is, these people on the train, they're going to work, honey. They're picking up their baby. They're trying to get a gallon of milk from the store. They're doing things. They don't have time.
And then that man gave her tips.
Oh my Lord, poor Brandy. It did not go the way she wanted it to go, but that don't matter because she is talented, honey. She is talented. Okay.
I just love that video.
It is the moment, but she sounded great though, didn't she?
She sounded fine.
You better leave my girl Brandy alone.
Anyway, I've been punished for laughing at her.
Exactly, because when you when you have Brandy on this record, you know, The Roof, what do you think? It works perfectly, right?
No, she's great.
Like Mariah had it. She had the knowledge of Brandy's work and how Brandy's vocals work. So she brought her on this track and I think it was perfect.
Oh yeah, listen, I wasn't just sitting there going, what's she doing here? I was like, oh, come on in, Brandy. Yeah. And she was really sweet and humble about the whole situation. It wasn't the Brandy show. We barely spoke to her.
Yeah.
We just said hi, get to singing.
She's like, get in the booth, girl. Yeah. Get in the booth and lay these tracks down.
Uh-huh.
You know? Mariah was also like, we're under the gun. So she's like, girl, we're on a time schedule. You got to get out of here.
Yeah.
It's all in fun. It's all in fun. But Brandy did it. And she went in that vocal booth, Mariah's butterfly vocal booth. And she did it. And she was perfection.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And she was able to mimic a lot of these episodes about the background vocals is about Mariah teaching the background parts.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandy's able to perfectly mimic exactly what Mariah's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after going back and forth like once or twice, Brandy got it.
Mm-hmm.
And she can get in that booth and lay it.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. But it also shows you how delicate and intricate the background vocals are.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because you remember in Glitter when Silk was like, oh, they're just back up, like they don't matter. Well, she said that. They don't matter, they're just back up. But they do matter. The background vocals are important.
Yes, exactly. So even outside of Brandy, Mariah goes into, you know, how much she loves background vocals and she loves layering and stacking and doubling.
Mm-hmm.
So we learn all about that process, which is fascinating.
I know.
If you read Mariah's memoir, obviously most of you all have, she talks about, you know, getting her foot in the door in the music industry through doing background vocals.
Yeah, but I think that's the standard practice for any career, that you start at the bottom and work your way up and through.
For sure, because that's how you learn sort of the basics of how to record,
mm-hmm.
how to make, you know, a full song,
mm-hmm.
but also how to utilize your vocals to match,
right?
You know, and she brings up some classic artists like Shaka Khan, Luther Vandross,
mm-hmm.
and even Cissy Houston,
mm-hmm.
and how they did their backup vocals and how Mariah was like inspired by them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't even pay attention to background vocals.
Or think about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we as lambs do, but that's only because we know Mariah.
Right. Yeah. Really interesting. Great insight.
Very, very much.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Well, there's always conversations about favorite background vocals, like the We Belong Together background vocals, the Roof background. The Roof background vocals are so good. Sometimes I don't know if it's the background or the lead vocal.
Because they are blended so beautifully, right?
Yeah. Because some of these ones in the lessons, I was like, oh, that's a background vocal.
I know, right?
Yeah. I thought that was the main song.
No, background vocal. Background vocal. But she talks like there's one particular moment when she's talking with Brandy and she's like, well, I did the lead vocal like this. And then the background vocal goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, oh, you go like this with it. I don't know what, but you go like this.
Right.
And then Brandy did that same thing. And she's like, yes, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. But she also wanted Brandy to sort of do her own vocal runs and her trills. Because Brandy is very well known for that. So Mariah also opened up for her to like put her own little stamp on it. And it worked perfectly. Perfectly.
Remember Mariah was background vocals on Babyface's song?
Perfection.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, really good.
It's so beautiful. I mean, her and Babyface always, every time I close my eyes.
Every time I close my eyes. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And Kenny G is on there.
Yes.
Again, he play the flute?
The
saxophone?
Yeah.
So, girl, anytime. Oh, I love that song. I do love that song.
But Mariah's just backup.
I know. And it's so perfect. But again, because she's so smart at background vocals, like she adds that depth to the song that it really needs. I can't imagine it without her.
Well, similar to Brandy coming in, like you come in and then, okay, Brandy, you be Brandy as well.
Right. Exactly.
Like, put your thing on it.
And there was a moment. There's a couple moments where she's sitting with Brandy in the Butterfly Lounge that I really loved. One was when Mariah's like, they're going, like Brandy has the lyrics and they're going through like the background lyrics and whatnot. And at one point they're listening just to Mariah's, album version. And Brandy's looking at the sheet and she like looks at Mariah out the corner of her eye. And she's like, I cannot believe that this is what is like, that you made this.
Yeah.
And like you did all of these background layers and everything. And Brandy's like in awe. She's like, girl, this is brilliant. That's like what her face says. She doesn't say anything, but it's just like that little acknowledgement of brilliance.
In that moment, do you think we're hearing what Brandy's hearing? Or do you think Brandy and Mariah are hearing actual isolated vocals that we've never heard before? Because I want to hear those.
Oh, that's a good question.
I want to hear whatever they're hearing.
I would say it's probably similar to what we were hearing. I don't think they like went way off, but maybe they overdubbed it with the actual track. And they're probably listening to, like you said, isolated vocals. Still, either way, Brandy was in awe. And you could tell.
I wonder if Brandy had ever really sat down and listened to him.
I would hope so. Can we also talk about the time frame really quickly before I get to my number 2 favorite moment with Mariah and Brandy?
Okay.
Because I think this was done over the summer, even though there's Christmas trees.
Last summer?
Yeah, because
2021,
yes. Because Mariah tweeted, remember when she tweeted Brandy? And she said something like, Brandy, call me. I need you to get on these backgrounds. Yes, right?
Yes.
And I was like, and that was in May.
Ah.
So I think this was around like probably early summertime. And then we're just seeing it now. But I think, and also.
Okay, well, I want to back you up because we know Mariah's working on the Christmas special and we know that has to get made early in the year. So I'm sure trees were up to get, in the vibe.
And they had to film that music video for Fall in Love at Christmas.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. So again, their schedule and their timeline of things is totally different than the seasons that we go through.
Right.
But that's what you do for television and stuff like that. So this was a while ago. But also, there's another little part where Mariah says, and I think it was in the episodes we reviewed last week, where she's like, her and Daniel Moore had sat down to sort of reinterpret the song, The Roof. And I feel like they did that before MasterClass became involved.
You think?
Only because for some reason, I feel like Mariah is going to do something special for Butterfly 25 anniversary.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah.
That she's doing
So I
something.
think she might be doing a lot of butterfly moments for us. And that's maybe why her and Daniel had sat down to sort of like do something with songs from Butterfly.
Well, she has said that when she was recording Butterfly, that whole period of her life was just chaos. She's divorcing. Now she's at Sony. The ex-husband's running the company. And some of the songs were not finished.
Right.
So I wonder if she's going back in and just kind of polishing it up.
Yeah. Or just like, even just doing this, like adding like real live strings, stuff like that, little things, or like, having new people come in and do like a background moment, anything. I want to see it all reimagined and brought into a new scope, 25 years later. I think that would be amazing.
Definitely The Roof.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of
has
these
potential.
Songs, she could redo a lot of these songs.
I don't know. Do we want to touch my all?
I don't know, but it was just the anniversary of the release of My All. I think 24 years since the single dropped.
Really?
The video. Gorgeous.
What's she going to do to Honey? Honey's good the way it is.
I mean, listen, we know the Butterfly album is perfect the way it is, but just for fun and just for laughs, something. I'll take a reimagined entire album.
No, I want it reimagined.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
It's just interesting to see how she would go about doing that. But the masterful Mariah, she'll do it.
But you think she's working on that?
I think there might be something. I think because 25 will be 6 months from now? Not even.
Really?
I think so. September.
Oh my God.
September 17th.
It's been 5 years since we did that saga, Butterfly series.
I think 4 years. Because I think we did it on 21.
I think we did 20.
Girl,
we've been doing this too long.
This pandemic has really thrown my whole timeline off. I don't know. But yes, we've been doing this for like 6 years.
Jeez. I don't know.
Almost
I think 7.
Almost 7.
Poor Mariah.
I know. Poor girl, she has to listen to us every week. She probably turns us right off. But we are going to have to wrap it up. But before we go, I want to talk one more Brandy Mariah moment. And that is when Brandy calls, they're going back and forth with their vocals. And then Mariah calls Brandy the air queen. And I love it because Brandy has so much air in her vocals. It's so light and it's so like she just, the way she does it just is able to match Mariah's airiness. And that is what makes it all magical. So I love that moment too. Cause I was like, yes, Mariah knows. You
must have been getting a double 2-for-1 deal with the MasterClass.
And I've been listening to this song nonstop. Now I have to listen to it from, the computer and, you can't like digitally download it. But I think by the time Butterfly 25 anniversary rolls around, I think it will be on streaming. I think MasterClass just probably has it, licensed for this specific amount of time to be exclusive to them.
I'm sure it's in the contract.
For sure. Absolutely. So I think eventually we will get it on streaming. So we'll look forward to that.
Very exciting.
But I think that wraps up this week's Mariah Masterclass Moments.
Yes. Don't forget, if you have not done so yet, please hit follow on your favorite podcast app. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button somewhere.
Yes.
That helps the show grow and also helps other people find us and join into the fun of this mess.
Absolutely. We love it. And also, if you want to help support the show, you can go to patreon.com/The Mariah Report and follow us there for $5 a month.
Yes, supports this show, pays the bills, helps pay the bills. Also, you get more content. We have the after show and the links are in the description. Just click it and go have a look.
All that fun stuff if you want more Mariah chit chat.
No contract. Cancel anytime.
Absolutely. We keep it easy, simple.
We'll take it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But that wraps it up this week. We'll be back next week with another big giveaway. Again, remember this week's password is vocals.
Or the code word.
Code word, same thing.
Click the link in the description for your chance to win. And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
The Mariah Report is produced and edited by Dan Enriquez and Martin Burgess. Hosted by Dan Enriquez and Martin Burgess. Graphics created by Sean Marks. Theme music created by Ereezy Beatz. Thank you to the listeners who support this show on Patreon. If you'd like to show your support or for more information, visit the show notes in your podcast app.